Hi everyone. My name is Ewadina, and this is.
I'm Tanya Washku.
And our play is called "The Kola Does Not Speak English." Our play, her play. She wrote it.
Well, written by me, performed by me, but
directed by myself.
Yeah. It's just basically an exploration of Igbo culture, documentation, all of those beautiful things. So we follow the story of a girl called Tasha who is feeling like disconnected from, I suppose, her home here in the UK, and then kind of like her lineage, her heritage, her culture, her Igbo-ness. And she finds that connection, or she's trying to find that connection through her relationship with her grandmother. And then we also follow a story, a folktale about this tree in a village called Eze, and it's a kola nut tree.
You should definitely come and watch it because it's really fun. Mm-hmm. Like there's lots of like live music and kind of movement within it, and I think it's just really great to get a sense of, I guess, Nigeria and the culture that the Igbo people have there and how specific it is. And I also think it's quite heartwarming, and for anybody of the diaspora, any kind of people, I guess, our age or within this age bracket of feeling like, oh, I'm part of the UK, but I'm not, and I'm part of, back home, but I'm not. I think it's like a bit of a love letter to those people.
The thing about the play for me is that people watch it and come away feeling like they want to do more. And I don't know what that more is. For people who've seen it previously, it's either been like taking like a language course, or it's literally been calling family that they haven't spoken to in a long time. But I think it is that type of play that it kind of kicks you into action, but like a personal action, starting from like within the family, the home, and taking that work outwards.
It's really important to be aware of time and like where you're putting your time into, I guess, because it's all very, very well and good being like, oh, but I'm young, but there's all these years to be able to go home and to invest in my culture and all those things. But the reality is, like, the people that can give you this information, it's not like there's an encyclopedia somewhere where you can learn everything about being back home. Like, your family members aren't always like going to be able to give you that info. So whilst you have the opportunity, I think it's good to like take personal responsibility for your own learning and your own enrichment as a human being, despite where you find yourself in the world. I think that's probably like the thing that I take from the most.
And intergenerational conversations, just speaking to people who are older than you, who've lived before you. Some of us are lucky enough to have family members that we can talk to who are still here. And I suppose it's just an encouragement to just keep those conversations going, because there's if we don't tell our stories, who will? So it's just that whole thing, just about knowing where you're from, knowing who you're from, and just passing that information down and making sure that knowledge doesn't die.
I have a question for you.
Oh.
Putting the spanner in the works. Go on. Why did you decide to write it?
We've got
to go back to rehearsal. That is very true.
Why did I decide to write it? Why did I decide to write it? I think it was because I was also aware of just being in a position where I have 2 generations of my family that I can talk to about home, about where I'm from, about just learning about who my family have been before I've been, I've been alive. I know it's weird, like, because, like, me and my dad went home to Nige, like, I think it was like 2016, 2017. And I was really just intrigued about the life he lived there before he came to the UK. And, like, even just learning, like, how do I get from where our house is to, like, where he grew up? Like, how do I walk there? What's that journey? And in order for me to know that, obviously I can Google it, but it's not the same thing, right? It's like, what is that? If I get dropped in the middle of Ababanike, would I be able to go
navigate yourself?
Do you know what I mean? Navigate around. So I think it's just those things, and like those are the things that I would like to pass on to whoever comes after me, or like to my siblings, or So I think for me, those are the things that are always playing in my mind, just like documentation and also preservation of our culture, of our people, both on a micro level and on a macro level as well.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I'm always thinking about those things. So it only made sense that the play just became what it was. Yeah. I didn't set out to write a play about documenting.
That's what you wanted to do?
Initially, I just wanted to write a play which was focusing or had elements of African theatre in it, and just looked at like documenting family history. So it just became what it was. Through that, yeah. So it's evolved obviously since the first time it was on. You know, as we've sat down in our sessions and we've worked the thing out. And yeah, I'm really happy with where it's at.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
I think that is like one of the really important things about the play, though. Like, and one of the things that I felt like when we were, initially talking, that we both connect with, because we're both Nigerian. Tanya's Igbo, I'm Yoruba, and even the same with me. Like when I recently went home, it was the same kind of thing. I was like, I hadn't been back in 10 years, and then I went in 2018 twice, and both times I was there, I was like, what is this place? Because it's a strange thing to be in a place that feels completely foreign, but feels completely like home. And it's like, how do you bridge that gap?
Right.
Because the reason why you feel it's foreign is because of where you've grown up.
Yeah.
But then it's your job almost to go out and seek that information.
Exactly.
And I think that is one of the things the play like kicks into you, that sense of to be proactive, to take responsibility for who you want to become or who you are.
All right,
come on. You know what I mean? Sometimes we just have to. But yeah, that's like I think that's what it's about, and unifying us in that. So yeah, it's really beautiful.